Hi everyone, I'll show you what a millwright showed me 30 years ago to unseize a nut and a bolt. And it is nothing what you think it's going to be. He used nothing more than a propane torch and a cold bucket of water, and he took the rustiest bolt that was completely seized on and he had it off under 5 minutes. I was blown away, and I've never seen anything like this in my life. So before we get into the video on how to do it, you have to remember that there's different kinds of metal. He showed me on steel nut to a steel bolt. This just so happens to be my brake adjuster on an insignificant ATV, which will never see the road. So this part can be replaced, but I want to save it and use it again. He cautioned me, if the one part is aluminum and the one part is steel, aluminum has a very, it heats up so fast, and you can actually melt aluminum doing a propane torch. So you're going to destroy the part long before this process that I'm about to show you ever works. You have to consider metal can come hardened. If it is a very, very important bolt, it's normally tempered or hardened. If you add heat to it, you can change the temper or the hardness of the bolt. And this process that I'm about to show you, you have to quench it, which can also change the temper or hardness of the bolt. So I'll let the gurus out there that know how to harden metal explain that the best, but I'm dealing with a steel on steel part, and this is an untempered bolt. Will it work on tempered bolts? Yes, it will, but you may change the hardness of the bolt. So with all that said and done, let's just jump right into it, because I don't want my viewers to go destroying their parts, because this process almost never fails, but you had the wrong material to begin with. So I took this part off, I got it away from everything important, and then I'm going to unseize it. So I did this one, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. This thing was completely rusted over, locked solid onto this adjuster wheel or the nut, where I only had two options. And there's only ever two options normally. You either add penetrating oil. Does penetrating oil always work? No. Penetrating oil will only creep in so far. It depends on the rust on the threads on the bolt. If it's down deep, penetrating oil will never creep that. You will wait years before penetrating oil actually works. Can I just reach for my oxyacetylene torch for those of you who have one? What is that? That is a lot of heat. You can really cherry red, almost go white hot apart just to undo a bolt. Does that always work? No, because you can actually deform the part, and even though it's cherry red, you can try spinning the bolt off and you still break it off, and you're like, well, what? I added all the right stuff. But this I have actually almost seen never fail. I've been doing this for years on steel, untempered, where it almost has never failed. It has failed once. Everything fails once. But here's how you do it. Here's what the millwright told me. If you were dealing with a totally seized on part, know your metal, skip ahead. You have to heat it up. By heating up the metal, you are going to expand the metal, and the threads on the bolt will now have a chance to release away from the rust. And what you need is, my viewers don't own a oxyacetylene tank, but almost everybody has a propane tank. If you don't have a propane torch, I don't know, try with your barbecue. Your barbecue might get this thing hot enough. You do not need cherry red. This part needs to be hot, but it does not need to be cherry red. Then, once you have heated this part up to where it's hot, you immediately have to dunk it into cold water and keep it there. You want this part to cool right down. That is very, very important. You want to cool it right off. Don't do one of these quick dunks and you're looking at nothing but steam and sizzling. You need to put it into the water and keep it there for about 10 seconds. So let's go over the process real time, but I'm going to skip it ahead, obviously. This video would run too long. I grab my propane torch. I heat the part 1 minute. I flip it over because now I want to heat the underside of it because I just flipped it. After about 1 minute, this part is not glowing red. It's not even close to red, but it's hot. Dunk it in water and keep it there for 10 seconds. You will now repeat this process between 3 and 4 times. More than that if it is a completely ugly seized on bolt. I normally can do this process after 2 times, and I will literally reach down to the nut and I will start spinning it off on the bolt using my hand. But like I say, that doesn't always occur, but if I have heated and cooled this let me see, the nut and bolt, like say 4 times, I'll put it in the vise and then I will grab my vice grips and I'll spin it off. But you will be shocked at how little pressure you are using to spin the nut off. You're gonna have a big smile on your face. So take everything with a grain of salt. That's what the millwright told me years ago, and I have removed the ugliest, most seized on nut and bolts you can imagine. So in this scenario, I have this part removed away from anything flammable or the heat that I need to add for 2 minutes using a propane torch. It will not damage seals. I don't cause fire. So I have a good scenario going on for this video, but this works almost 100% of the time. You will have a big smile on your face. Try it out. Grab an old rusty old bolt or a part that is totally seized together. You're not going to cause no damage to nothing. And you will just, after about 4 times of using this method, you're going to have a huge smile on your face. And you will go, oh my, old school mechanic. You got it going on because it worked. Well, it's not my advice. I'm not a mechanic in the end. I'm just some guy who's passing along old school mechanic advice. Have a good day.